Google's upcoming keynote is so thoroughly leaked that the presentation itself might contain fewer surprises than the blueprint documents sweeping rapidly across the tech press. But knowing a phone has a new processor or a brighter screen doesn't answer the only question that matters: how you should spend your money. Spec sheets don't make decisions. With iPhone launches, you often have to wait months to figure out if an upgrade is worth the investment. With Pixel, that timeline is measured in days. That compressed timeline forces a choice. You have to decide whether to pre-order the 11 on Wednesday night, wait for independent reviews, or grab a heavily discounted Pixel 10. Rushing a blind pre-order based on marketing hype is a great way to end up with a phone that doesn't actually match your needs. Let's look at the data so you can plan your move. There is one move you need to make right now, because a financial clock starts ticking the moment the Google event begins. This chart tracks the timeline over the next week. Notice the line tracking your current phone's trade-in value plummeting right at the keynote node. Resale and trade-in markets react instantly to new hardware. The second the Pixel 11 is official, the value of the phone currently sitting in your pocket sags. You can bypass that drop entirely by locking in a trade-in quote before Wednesday evening. Taking 5 minutes today guarantees you peak residual value for your old device, even if you decide to buy something else entirely. The leaks show the standard Pixel 11 starting at $899, with the Pro at $1,099. That is roughly a $100 rise across the entire lineup. We are seeing the industry-wide memory squeeze arriving at Google's door. AI data centers are devouring memory supplies, driving up component costs, and phone makers are passing those increases on to buyers. Comparing cost per configuration, Google is dropping the 128GB option. $899 now gets you 256 gigabytes of base storage. If you only needed 128, the financial floor is higher. That makes clearance pricing on the Pixel 10 a massive value play. The smart move on launch day is to ignore the year-over-year starting price and simply find the storage configuration that fits your actual budget. Inside the phone, the hardware story centers on the Tensor G6. It's built on TSMC's cutting-edge 2nm manufacturing process. Moving to a node that small typically yields strong battery gains, with reports pointing to 15 to 20% better efficiency than last year's Tensor G5. That architecture provides energy flowing smoothly through the chip, serving as the foundation for heavy on-device Gemini AI features dominating Wednesday's presentation. But there is a notable asterisk in the supply chain chatter. The graphics side of the chip is reportedly carrying over an older GPU design. Looking at this scorecard for the Tensor G6, you see green check marks for battery and AI, but a yellow warning triangle for the GPU. If you prioritize mobile gaming, an older graphics unit could be a serious bottleneck against Qualcomm rivals. The 2nm shift will help your battery, but you cannot trust a keynote slide for gaming performance. Independent benchmarks will provide the real answer. Let's map this out using a flowchart to find your safest purchasing strategy. It all begins with a simple question. What phone do you have right now? If you own a Pixel 9 or a 10, your path is straightforward. Keep your phone. The 11 brings iterative updates, a slightly better chip, a brighter screen. Those refinements don't justify dropping hundreds of dollars when your current device is barely a year or two old. If you are carrying a Pixel 8 or an aging Android device, your move is to wait 3 days. Letting 72 hours pass puts both numbers on the table. You can look directly at the Pixel 11's premium price tag, then compare it against the official Pixel 10 clearance discounts that will populate across retailers. If you are switching from an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy, follow the path to the review embargo. Clean software and deep Gemini integration are great, but you are flying completely blind on that GPU question. Let the review embargo lift in about 10 days, so you know exactly how it stacks up against the Galaxy. The device currently sitting in your pocket is the single most important metric for calculating the value of the Pixel 11. Then there is the outlier, the Pixel 11 Pro Fold. The leaks point to a starting price of $1,899. Committing that amount of money to a highly complex, experimental form factor on day one is a massive financial risk. Foldables require hands-on durability testing and rigorous battery drain reviews. Pre-ordering one without independent data is a fast track to buyer's remorse. Across the board, letting a few days pass costs you absolutely nothing, but it entirely eliminates the risks of blind pre-orders. Take control of the one variable you can influence right now. Lock in your trade-in quote before Wednesday evening. Watch the keynote for the AI features and confirmed prices, and wait for the benchmark data. The smartest tech purchase is rarely the fastest one. It's the one made with total pricing transparency and independent facts.